creating conversations that create other conversations. Arrow.net, ARROE.net. All right, let's do it. Let's play it forward. These are real people, real stories, the struggle to play it forward. Episode number 399 is with Derek Hough from ABC's Step Into the Movies.
Hello.
Hello and good morning. How are you doing today?
Hello and good morning to you. Good.
Dang, I was gonna sing to you first. Singing in the rain. I'm singing in the rain.
In the rain, glorious feeling. I'm happy again.
You do realize with a Step Into the Movies, you're going to recreate something here that is going to be talked about a lot because we know the scene, but it's going to have your touch to it.
Yeah, well, that was our goal. We didn't want to recreate these routines verbatim because the truth of the matter is you can never top the original, right? There's no way of doing that. But also we wanted to sort of just nod and to celebrate, these amazing films that inspired us so much. So we wanted to reimagine them and give a little twist on them. But again, it's a big thank you. It's a big love letter because, dance for me, I mean, it's the gift that keeps on giving. It's given me so much in my life. I've worked so hard, but it's something that I'm so thankful for. It's given me so many opportunities. And these films, a lot of them were films that inspired me to pursue dancing. So, and so many others, so many people, and it meant so many things to people as well. And we just want to just celebrate that and just thank them.
Is that where you learn the art of flow? Because, I've been to the clubs. I know how people dance, but then we get to see someone like you, and it's like, what?
Well, I appreciate that, man. Thank you. I mean, it's, again, for instance, like Gene Kelly, he's somebody who I constantly, defer to. I'm like, what would Gene do here? Like, I look into space, and like, how would he use this pole, or how would he use this staircase, or... You know what I mean? Because that was one of the things I loved about him so much was that the way he used his environment, was so inspiring. So, it's just and that's the thing too. Is that what's so great about these films is that they're so nostalgic, they're so meaningful. There's so many different people for different reasons, but also even like a younger generation. Like for the show, we have like Charlie D'Amelio, who is a TikTok star. A huge TikTok star, and has brought dance to so many young, people in a different way, but she's a huge fan of these films, and she wanted to be a part of it to bring this to her audience as well, and it's really special. We really want to sort of include everybody.
And listeners need to understand that what you're doing with ABC with Step Into the Movies is it's not just on the old black and white films. You're even doing La La Land, dude. You're very much up to date with this.
Yeah, and La La Land, it's interesting the way we did that. Well, one, I loved the film so much. I really did. The music of that film is just my favorite. It's so good. And what we wanted to do is because it's only an hour special. So the truth of the matter is like, man, we would love to have in the future. There's so many other movies we want to do and so many other routines, and so we're jamming a lot into this. And that was a perfect sort of a template for us to sort of celebrate all these different genres of dynamic duos within that song. So we're doing it we're doing each routine slightly in little different ways, but honoring them all and tipping the hat and just, again, a love letter to all these amazing films.
One of the things that's amazing about watching you dance and to watch the classic films dance is the fact it's almost like one shot. You're getting all of this storyline through the dancing in one shot.
Yeah, there is definitely some scenes where we want to honor that feeling. But then there's also some movie magic little moments that we have for, that just, we want to give it that sort of a little bit more of a contemporary feel. But some moments I'm like, no, we want to keep this feeling more like how it was, you know what I mean, where it's more of a continuous shot. And so, yeah, we were mindful of that, there's a little moment of Moses Supposes, for instance, and we were wanting to cut away, and I'm like, no, let's live on this one shot the whole way through. And, that way we really feel like it feels like the film,
Do you ever get to enjoy a movie filled with dancing? Only because the only reason why I bring that up is because I'm a 3rd degree black belt, and when I see a martial arts movie, it kind of gets inside of me. Do you ever get to enjoy a dance movie?
Well, first of all, holy shit, you're a third-degree black belt. That's incredible. Oh my God. Actually, by the way, before I did dance, I did karate. I would go to my sensei's house in her garage.
Nice.
Louise Bennett. Anyways, that's amazing, brother. But yeah, I think when I'm watching film, watching dance and film, yeah, I sometimes can like step out of it. Like I'm thinking about it. I'm like, oh, I wonder who choreographed this, or I wonder how this was. And, but often I'm able to sort of get lost in it, though. You know, I think I'm able to just be a spectator and just be an audience member and just enjoy it.
I remember my sensei telling me when I first got into martial arts, he kept telling me martial arts, and I didn't understand. He says, it's the art. Figure out where the art is, now bring it together.
Yeah. You know, that's the thing. That's like, for me, dancing is, you know, I call dancers, you know, artistic athletes. You know, it's this athleticism, but there's this artistry to it, of course. And so it's, you know, it's been awesome to sort of showcase this, you know, this style, this what am I trying to call it? To showcase dance in a way over these past 15 years, however long it's been, and put it on television and really, you know, put it at the forefront. You know, it was you know, back in the day, the golden age, it was at the forefront. And then there was a time where things got, you know, a little bit dreary, a little bit dark, a little bit like, you know, too real, like very realistic. And then it's like we lost a little bit of that magic. And so it's really great to sort of bring back that magic of you know, of dance into film and television as well.
Well, you know, dance in movies, you know, it's just something that I've totally embraced my entire life. I mean, even in Young Frankenstein, it was like if you ever took the dance out of that, the movie would be missing something.
Yeah, no, it's really special, and again, like, it was really cool to work with you know, all these amazing people on the show, these guests, who you know, I would just kind of talk about it. I was like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if like Kevin Bacon came and did something and did this, and just kind of in passing, and then like the next day they say, hey, we got Kevin Bacon. I'm like, what? That's amazing. I was like, that's incredible. I was like, I was just kind of saying that jokingly, but like, wow, and it was like a true testament to, like, you know, just how these films have reached so many people, and when people wanted to be a part of this, you know, it was really special.
Do they sit down and study with you in the way that when you're doing a film, you do it in takes, but yet when you're on live television, or you're just doing something like a special, like Step Into the Movies, I mean, it's not like, stop, all right, let's go for take 3.
Well, luckily, this particular one is not live, so thank God. But it's funny, though. It's actually funny to say that, because not doing live is more... It's more weird, if you will, or different for me, because I'm so used to doing live television, or live theater, or my live show in Vegas, or whatever it is. It's like I'm more used to doing live than not, and so to have that sort of you know, to be able to be like, oh, you know what, let's do that one more time. It's kind of weird for me. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm like, we do it once, and like, all right, let's do another one from a different angle, and I'm like, wait, but that was the one, you know?
I totally get that, because in radio, I mean, if we're not doing a live show, you miss the adrenaline rush and being on the edge and knowing that if you make a mistake, so what? You have to keep going.
Yeah. No, there's definitely something really special about that. But there's also something very, I don't know, that helps you breathe a little bit, knowing you're like, okay, we can do that again if we need to. But to be honest, you know, it's always kind of funny. It's really funny that with these shows, you know, strangely enough, it's on a lot of, not all of them, but a lot of them, you realize like the first ones usually are the best.
Wow.
Because it is that adrenaline, it's that first take, it's that first moment, it's that first experience, and there's a magic in that. But there's some cases where you're like, oh, actually, it got better by like the third or fourth take. But for the most part, but again, this was shot really fast, really in a short amount of time, and so to be honest with you, there was, you know, we knocked them out really quickly, and you know, and that's what's interesting too, is that a lot of these films, you know, when you look at them, you're like, oh, they had months to prepare, they had a full orchestra, or they had this or that, you know, and you're like, okay, cool, we have 3 hours to put this routine together, you know. So it's wild, but we love that. We love flying at the seat of our pants and just making some great entertainment.
Well, vicariously, we live through you, and you teach us how to dance with you. Thank you so much for your time today, Derek.
Thank you, my man. I appreciate you.
Well, you
Please, the next time if I see you, please, don't beat me up.
You'll be in Charlotte. You guys always come cruising through here every now and then.
Absolutely.
You be brilliant, man.
All right, brother. Take care.